Hi everyone, here is a review for the Gilded Reverie Lenormand Deck by Ciro Marchetti. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know I usually record outside for you guys, but it's about 22 degrees out there, and just after pumping gas this morning on the way out from the gym, my fingers were so frozen that I knew there was no way I would be able to shovel for you if I went outside. So, this is a Lenormand deck. And Lenormand is a specific form of divination. And it is kind of like tarot in that it has its own entire system. But tarot, I've heard it described that tarot, say you're looking at a chess game. Reading a tarot card is like asking each player what their strategy is. Reading a Lenormand card is like looking at the pieces on the actual board and seeing what's going on. It's the physical world. It's what's happening here in the physical realm. Not so much symbolic stuff, but I do know that sometimes it's kind of symbolic. It's not one-to-one literal, but it's much more literal than maybe other forms of divination, especially tarot. So, this deck I got in California about, I guess, in fall of 2014. So that was, 3 years ago? 3 years ago and some change. And I got it at a little spiritual bookstore, crystal store, on the way to my first overnight music festival. And it just jumped off the shelf at me. There are a few things that always get me, and one of them is the it's called the Gilded Reverie. So of course there's going to be gold leafing on it, and I love it when it's on the sides like this. And I don't know, something about it, something about the way that the cards looked just drew me in. I like that they're a little dark but beautiful, and since it is about the physical world, I do feel like the physical world is a dream. I do feel like it's something that we can all either align to or be hypnotized by in good ways and bad ways. And so I think having something that just directly tells us what the world is doing, and also whatever our question may be. So whenever you pull a tarot card, you can have a specific question. Aren't these images beautiful, by the way? You can have a specific question, or you can just pull one for general, it's a tree of life for you, for general guidance. For the Lenormand cards, whenever I pull my big oracle spread, the Lenormand cards always represent to me what is going on in the physical world, obviously. I love this house. It's like my dream house. Made of earth and building, of course. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say to you guys. I will give them a couple shuffles for you. And the guidebook for this deck is a little sparse. It's not super intricate and in-depth. So I kind of like that because it makes you examine it a little more. And like any oracle deck, you have to get to know this one too. It's not good to take anything for blind faith. So this deck, I'm still getting used to. I'm still learning it, and it's been 2.5 years almost since I got it. So just goes to show this is a lifelong process, this whole psychic, oracle, divination thing. We can always get better at it. We can always get more accurate at it, and you just have to fact check. And you have to see when you pull a card and it says something later, go back and think about it and say, okay, what really happened there? What was the message now that I've lived life afterward and looked at what happened? So, for whenever you watch this video, I'm recording it on January 2nd, 2018, in the new year. And yesterday was a full moon, so the energy is very high right now, although it feels pretty lovely. But the energy always feels lovelier to me the more I take alone time, and I've been having a good amount lately, so I'm feeling pretty jazzed about existence. Okay, one more shuffle. I know I keep saying that, but this really will be one more. I did a Facebook Live yesterday. For those of you guys who want to go see it on Making Intentions of 2018, you can go check my Facebook page. Okay, a card for you to help you wherever you may be and whatever you may be doing. Ooh, I pulled this one yesterday. I did a big, huge card spread for the full moon. And this is my homie. All right, Anubis and a Coffin. So different Lenormand decks have different ideas of the Coffin card. This is the Coffin card. But the fact that it's Anubis, who is one of my main dudes, makes me happy and makes me not afraid of the transformation that a death or a coffin card might sometimes bring. Okay, so the way that this description works is that it gives you a little poem and then it gives you more of a description. So here we go. Coffin. And remember to be non-dualistic with this. It's a little intense, but don't be afraid. Just trust that you can handle whatever comes. And then you can check in your life later and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Coffin. I am the change and transition. You will feel me through your body and mind. Depression, loss, and bankruptcy are my specialties. And that might not mean monetary. That might mean some other kind of energy flow, just so you know. I am sickness and bed rest, or taking time off. I am all endings, which also clears way for beginnings, and sometimes death. The coffin of the Reverie deck harks back to the ancient Egyptian period. Although traditionally seen as an ending or finality, this is also symbolic of an initiation that brings a final reckoning of our life purpose. It is often when we are faced with life-changing events or illness that we evaluate the important aspects of our life. Here in the Reverie world, we see the coffin in the form of a sarcophagus, flanked by the imposing figure of Anubis, the god of embalming and protector of the dead. One of his roles is to assist with weighing the heart, to ascertain the worthiness of the person to enter the afterlife. The significance of this card can be the actual ending of something as we know it. So this is about the physical world, you guys. And also, just FYI, all of the Lenormand cards have this little playing card thing on the bottom, because you can just use regular playing cards for the Lenormand system, and they will show you how to do that. So anyways, back to Anubis. So Anubis is the guy who prepares you to go from one life to the other life. So since this is the physical world, and we're here at New Year's, endings, beginnings, let whatever go, whatever needs to go, go. One of my favorite affirmations, and I know I've told you guys this before on my YouTube stuff, but one of my favorite affirmations when I'm going through a death process, whether it be mental, spiritual, emotional, or physical, if something is going weird in my body, is whatever needs to die, I release with my gratitude and my blessing, and I will remain. Because if it can die, it's not truly you. But also, one of the little gospels, gospels come through my head every so often. I call them gospels because they just keep repeating and they feel like scriptures to me. And one of them is that anyone, any woman, any man, anyone, has the right to reinvent yourself as often as you damn well please. So death and rebirth happens to us constantly. And this is reminding you that you're protected. It's reminding you that you're never alone, that you're accompanied by all of your guides through whatever transitions you happen to be going through. And I'm sending you love, and my energy is accompanying you, giving you hopefully some blessings and some sustenance and some nourishment through whatever it is that you're going through. Because Anubis, he ain't snuggly, but he's awesome, and I love him, and he's one of my big spirit daddies. I feel like I've worked with him a lot as his assistant through many times. So sending you guys a lot of love. Love the Reverie deck. Again, it's called the Gilded Reverie Lenormand Deck. Here's the cover again. I'm sure you can find it online. I'll maybe put a link below, or you can just search it on Amazon or wherever you want. Another good place to find tarot decks and books and stuff is abebooks.com. Sometimes if you can't find stuff on Amazon, you can find it on Abe. So enjoy, and sending you a lot of love from South Carolina. And also, if you're curious about other stuff I'm doing, check my website. I'll put the link in the info section, and there's always more coming up. I'm about to do some travel in February and start working it up again with events. So sending you guys all my blessings for this whole game of life. And take care of yourselves and each other. Be patient and kind. Don't be too hard on yourselves, but do your best. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.